Hi, Larry, WD0HKA. Gonna do something a little different today. Maybe get in a little shack tour this afternoon. A friend of mine, N0HKA, Jim from Emmons, Minnesota, recently built a little addition onto his house and has a brand new shack. He invited a few of his hams and friends over this afternoon to stop by and take a look at it. So we're gonna go take a look and maybe capture some video. Let's go see what Jim is up to.
I'm Jim, N0HKA here in Emmons, Minnesota. We built the shack this summer in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, so vacation was out, so we thought, well, we'll do a little demo in the house this year and fix this up. So that said, we ended up with a new shack where we used to have nothing but grass growing here, and finished her up here 6 weeks ago, I guess is when we tied the ribbons on it. The radio here is Yaesu FTDX 5000. Which I think I've added for about 2 years now, and the amp is the Meritron AL 1500 HF amp for the radio, and then we have the Palstar ATK 5K antenna tuner match that I use to run power off the amplifier to the vertical antenna in the backyard, the 05.
Your Heil mic.
This is a 781 Heil. On the Heil boom. Seems like it works out real well. And then we've got, to trigger that, we've got the foot switch where the first click keys the amplifier and the second click keys the radio. Otherwise you have to key the amp somehow, you know, and then do the radio. Yep. So this is actually a 2-click button. Okay. Which works out real well for that. The big screen monitor looks like it's got some kind of commercials on it right now. But
and the weather station.
Yep, the bands are not always on real hot, so we thought better have TV. So then we have the weather station in here, so we can watch that stuff.
And how do you bring the cables into the shack from the side?
There's a 4-inch PVC coming in through the wall there, and from there the cables from the tower come into the house. We've got that full of insulation and steel wool so to keep the critters and bugs out. Through lightning arresters behind the radios and into the radios.
I like your beer sign.
My grandfather worked at Shell's Brewing, and my mom and her family is from New Ulm, and there's a quite deep connection there. So.
And you also have a collection back here.
Not that I have anything with Shell's beer or not, but that's kind of near and dear, you know. So we have heated floors in there, heated ceramic. We did the remodel of the bathroom a couple years ago. The same guy did it, and he said, "You want to heat that floor in the bathroom?" I said, "Why do you want to heat the floor in the bathroom?" He said, "Let me put it this way." He says, "Why wouldn't you want to heat the floor in the bathroom?" I like to chase DX and stuff. 15 was always my favorite. 15 is starting to wake up now with the new sunspot cycle. I've been working 20-some, and 17 is I've had a ball on 17 meters here the last little bit. That's starting to wake up, and that's really nice. really a good DX, man. And 40 I'd never worked for years before. I never did anything on 40, not one call. Mm-hmm. And when I got back on the air, that was only that was active here. What, 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
Yep.
That's kind of become a favorite now. There's always something, you can always find something on 40, but I never did anything, not a thing on 40 meters before.
Yeah.
And that's basically why I got that, so I can run 40 through the amp with a little bit more power. Because the conditions are such now that a little bit more power is still your friend, even on 40. and now I can do it. But yeah, I never did anything on 40 meters before.
How long have you been a ham?
Since
when did you start?
1986, I got licensed, and Carl was the first one I'd ever talked to. He was here earlier today, and I think I called you and Don Franz first.
Yeah.
Neither one of you called back. Didn't have cell phones then, so I didn't know where to find you. The novice was in 86. 87, I got tech and general. VE2SUT is my very first VHF contact the day that I passed my general license. I was running around and I found that particular QSL card.
You're an extra class ham now, correct? And
yep.
You do VE testing.
Yeah, we do. I'm a VE test I'm actually the liaison now for our group. The
Sounds good.
Credit V. The tower I originally got from JC Scrutchfield in Albert Lee, N0HKA. Retired it and then moved and had to get rid of the tower, so this is actually JC's old tower. We put it up on 11/21 of 2017. We stood it up, we dug the hole, there's 6 yards of concrete on the ground underneath it, and put it up in the, it was snowing out if I remember right the night we stood it up. And we started out with just the diamond 510 on top. I didn't have any beams up there that first year. And we had a dipole that used to hang over the tree here, and that's all I started out with. And then I think it was 2 years ago, and I think it was 2018, we put the OptiBeam OB9-5 up there.
How tall was it?
53 feet. That's a 3,500 pound ATV winch. You run a choker around the, actually I run two, one around each leg, this leg and that leg, under the hook, and you gotta pry the tower away from the dead man here to get it to tip over. And then once you get the verticalness broke, you can lay it right over with right into the rhubarb there with the winch.
And we got Tom here, KC0VII. He's doing a video for himself too for their channel.
Yep. It's like a shoot off here.
Video shoot off.
I would have cleared these weeds off. There's 120 radials on the ground. You can kind of see them in the grass. And they V off once they get into the ground. They're soldered on. There's 120 of them, and they're 27 footers.
Yeah. And what make vertical is this?
That's a 0.5.
0.5.
40 through 10 meters, and you can load it up if you cheat a little bit on 6. It didn't work real well, but my only 6 meter contact was with you or Junior, I think. I don't remember which, but we made it happen. But it's not a 6 meter antenna, but it works great on 40.
Yeah.
That's what I got it for mainly, was 40, and it's a great antenna.
What's the height of it?
27 feet. And this has got a fold over base on it too. You can pull one bolt out and you can lay it down. Really simple, and they work really good. Shiner's the red one.
And this is Sherman and Shiner.
Usually he's got something to say. He's awful quiet.
Awful quiet today.
Fury. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Little lightning damage on the tree. Huh?
Yeah, and we figured that Shiner probably knew exactly what it hit. But that would make you rise in your thermals, I think. If that. Yeah, she's loose all the way up there. And I never noticed it all summer. I don't know how many times we walked through here at Collins.
Well, Jim, thanks a lot for letting us take a look around your shack here today.
Thank you guys for coming down. We had you and Michelle and Carl and Tom and Joyce, and that was, I'm really happy everybody made it. It meant a lot to see everybody, and this was great that there was a little bit of interest in what I did, and I'm happy to show it off. If anybody has any ideas, make sure you let me know what I screwed up or didn't get quite finished. And thank you, Larry, for coming down and
All right.
doing the shack tour, and Tom, you too. So.
Say hi to Tom and Joyce. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, KC0VII Tom.
I'm KD0TLJ Joyce.
And you have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, ham radio, RV, and stuff.
Okay, very good.
Check
Is-
it out.